In Korea, there was a family living in a dark and damp basement. The toilet was even above their head. To connect with the neighbor's Wi-Fi, Ki-young and Ki-woo had to sit down on the toilet. This behavior could be considered like what Parasites did. Because the whole family couldn't find a proper job, they worked as pizza box folders to live by with a very tight income. When they saw someone spraying disinfectant outside, Ki-woo wanted to close the window, but his dad insisted to let it open. The man just disinfected the house. The whole family coughed loudly. Taking advantage of the free disinfectant, they didn't even care about their well-being. What was more terrible about the family was still behind. They managed to get paid. To celebrate, they sat together and had dinner happily. Looking up, they saw a man unbuttoning his belt. He wanted to piss here. Ki-young told her father to drive the man away, but Ki-taek just told her, "If you think you can take it all, keep looking." One day, Min-hyuk introduced a job to Ki-woo. It was tutoring in a rich family. When Ki-young knew about that, she immediately helped him fake a certificate of education. Ki-woo put on a suit and came to the rich family. It was a big mansion. Not only there was a big garden, but there was also the beautiful lawn and watering. Compared to where he lived, it was like a different world. The owner of the mansion, Dong Ik, was the CEO of a software company. And the one who interviewed Ki-woo was the hostess of the mansion, Yoon-gyo. She told Ki-woo she wanted to observe him teaching her daughter. Then she would let him tutor her daughter. You must be thinking, how could a boy who was born in a poor family do it? Facts were proven. He could do it. Ki-woo was tutoring. Suddenly, he picked up the girl's hand. Yoon-gyo straightened up after a look. But Ki-woo just looked at Da-hai seriously. Da-hai, your pulse is beating so fast. This is not okay. If this was a real exam, you would have been the first to fail. Then he let go of her hand. Yoon-gyo was going to pay him after the tutor. Suddenly her youngest son ran out. He was a very naughty boy, causing trouble everywhere. But he was very talented in art. She wanted to find an art teacher for him, but art teachers were hard to find. After hearing that, Ki-woo immediately recommended his sister. In his reference, she became a returnee after studying abroad. She had her own way with naughty children. Yoon-gyo was curious. A few days later, Ki-young came to the mansion for an interview. Relying on the information collected online, she was accepted as an art teacher. What do you mean? This painting can tell, it's saying he was very lonely. This was a trick Ki-young had learned. Yoon-gyo confirmed it after listening to Ki-young. She thought Ki-young was the teacher she was looking for. But behind her back, Ki-woo was taking advantage of Da-hai. He was going to kiss her. Ki-young had just finished her tutoring with Da-song. Dong Ik came back from work. He asked the driver to take Da-young home. Ki-young deliberately took off her panties in the car. After Dong Ik found out the panties in the car, he told Yoon-gyo to find an excuse to fire the driver. Hearing the news, Ki-young immediately introduced to her a new driver, which turned out to be her father. To make his father get accustomed with work, Ki-woo helped him experience all the functions of a luxury car just in case they wanted to test him on the spot. In the interview, just as they planned, Ki-taek was driving smoothly. The coffee in Dong Ik's hand didn't drop in the whole process. We can tell that he was just a natural. He became a full-time driver of Dong Ik. Now there was only one job left in the rich family. This was the housekeeper of the mansion. She had worked for them for many years. It must be difficult to force her away. But from what Da-hai told, the housekeeper was allergic to peach fuzz. When the housekeeper wasn't paying attention, Ki-woo left some on her hair. The housekeeper coughed. Taking advantage of her cough, Ki-taek squeezed chili sauce on the napkin. Yoon-gyo thought she had tuberculosis and fired her. After hearing the news, Ki-taek recommended his wife to Dong Ik. His wife was smoothly accepted to the mansion. A poor family gradually took advantage of a rich family. They were real parasites. Soon after, the park went on a holiday to camp somewhere in the rural, only coming back after a week. There were no more owners and servants. The parasites could do whatever they wanted. They started to enjoy a rich life. They enjoyed every moment of it, sitting together happily, eating and drinking. It seemed that they were the owners here. Ki-woo enjoyed the king-sized bed. Ki-young enjoyed the soft bathing. But the good days didn't last long. It was destroyed with a knock on the door. The one who stood in front of the mansion was the old housekeeper. She said she had something forgotten in the basement. They let her in. They didn't expect that she opened a secret door, yelling at her husband and running down. Chung-suk came down after her. She found the hidden place where the old housekeeper hid her husband to avoid his debt. It had been 4 years since he was hidden there. Realizing they were just like her family, living at the bottom of society, Chung-suk didn't give her a little sympathy. She wanted to report them. She hadn't reported yet. The other 3 who were hiding behind the door fell off the stairs. The old housekeeper got the chance to take a picture with her phone and threatened them. If they didn't help her taking care of her husband, she would tell the park the truth. The situation reversed in a flash. The old parasite threatened the new parasite, pushing them to the corner, letting them kneel and raise their hands. Suddenly, Chung-suk took the opportunity to rush over soon. The whole family got her back. Ki-woo grabbed the phone and was about to delete the video. The phone rang loudly upstairs. It was Yoon-gyo. Because of the heavy rain, they couldn't keep camping. They were on the way back. Ki-taek and Ki-woo tied up the husband. They couldn't let the old parasites go. Chung Suk cleaned out the mess. But the old housekeeper in the basement broke away. She ran to the private room of the mansion. They were going to be exposed. But Chung Suk pushed her back at the door and kicked her down the stairs. The old housekeeper hit her head hard. Just when the mess was cleared out, the park was back. The three other people didn't have time to escape, hiding under the couch. But the little boy was disappointed that he didn't get to camp. He set up his own camp in the garden. The couple wanted to watch their son, so they decided to sleep on the couch. Later that night, the three parasites escaped. Their way home also explained why the movie won so many awards. Because when they ran home, they went down. They just went down and down, down and down. When they got home, the basement had been flooded by heavy rain. The toilet that passed their heads now was going to be drowned in dirty water. Ki-young was trying to cover the toilet. She sat on it, taking out a cigarette and smoking with trembling hands. Even if they could tell lies, they could just get it for a while. They couldn't escape from their fates, the fate of being poor. The family could only spend the night in a shelter. The next day, Yoon-gyo made up for her son's birthday. She was holding a big birthday party. The Parasite family was invited. After a long time of changing his identity, Ki-woo had a bold idea. He took out a stone from his bag, ready to go to the basement and killed that man. They didn't have to worry about anything after that. But he couldn't compare to the old Parasite when it came to strength. Then the man picked up a knife, running out and stabbing Ki-young in the chest. When Da-song saw it, he was scared and fainted on the spot. Chung Suk immediately went out and fought with the old parasite. The party began to get chaotic. Dong Ik told Ki Taek to give him the key to take his son to the hospital. But the car key happened to fall on the man's body. Dong Ik held his nose when he took the key. His action stimulated Ki Taek's self-esteem. He picked up the knife and stabbed Dong Ik. Finally, Ki-young died because of blood loss. Ki-woo and Chung Suk were sentenced in court. Ki Taek was the replacement of the housekeeper's husband. He was kept in the basement, becoming the real parasite. Ki-woo dreamed that he went to college, buying the mansion, releasing his father. The movie Parasite tells us a lesson. We shouldn't depend on anyone. If the family could be in their own fields, making plans and striving for development, they didn't fall into the cliff they had dug themselves. And you, what is your plan for the near future?